Hey y'all, I'm Lindsay and I want to share with you 2 days of eating on a keto lifestyle. Indulge me a moment. Yesterday I planned to film a what I eat in a day video, and I started off sharing what I was drinking in the morning, and every time that I went to go pick up the camera to talk face to face with you, I got distracted or was pulled away to some other task, so we're here. Let's jump in to yesterday's food. Well, good morning. It is 7:41 and I have not had any coffee yet today, so I also managed to not set my coffee maker up last night, but I thought we could just take it easier today. Breakfast is finally complete. This is 2 slices of my low carb bread that I just posted a video on recently. And I did like the TikTok breakfast sandwich thing. I'm not on TikTok. I saw Jessica Violett do this on her Instagram, and it has become quite the popular breakfast sandwich in our life. So 3 scrambled eggs, 2 slices of my low carb bread, 2 slices of the Sargento's pepper jack cheese, and probably about 2 tablespoons of the real crumbled bacon from Sam's Club that I like to keep on hand. This was all cooked up in about 1 tablespoon of butter. My bread did crack because I was a little overzealous with how I was trying to flip it over. My eggs broke. It's fine. It'll still eat the same and be delicious. 12:35, time for some lunch. Here I have the last little bit of my leftover hot roast beef. I like to make this in my Instant Pot. I have talked about doing a recipe video for this, but I have yet to make that happen, so forgive me for that. But this is just the meat. I like to also put this over top of cauli rice sometimes, or over my low carb bread. But this is just the meat, and then some of my homemade mayonnaise and a little bit of prepared horseradish. And I'm going to have a bubbly in the blackberry flavor. All right, it is 1:16, and I've finished up all that beef. I have decided to have this, which is a sugar-free, low-carb piece of chocolate cake. I'll show it to you right here. This is Death by Chocolate Cake from the Trim Healthy Table cookbook, but I didn't finish it the way they expected you to. And then I took some stabilized whipped cream, piped that on top, and then some of my homemade ganache that I then drizzled on top there, and I'm going to eat this. Dinner time, and I have made a bacon ranch chicken. If you have been here for any length of time, you know that we just reuse this bottle. I make homemade ranch, keep it in this bottle because there are humans here who have preferences, and we roll with it. Okay. I use this for breakfast, and it's still handy again. All I did was take my chicken breast, I filleted it kind of like a butterfly style, put some ranch on it, sprinkled on a little bit of the bacon crumbles, and sprinkled on some Colby Jack cheese. And then all I did was steam up some broccoli here. That's a lot of broccoli, but I haven't had any vegetables today, so I felt like I needed to kind of zhuzh up my plate here for dinner. It's a beautiful day here this morning. It's sunny, clear skies. Looks like it might actually be a nice kind of hot day today. We might, I don't know, go outside. Crazy thought. Yesterday it was really rainy. Oh, and we're getting messages. Okay. Not sure what I'm gonna have for breakfast yet, but I'm gonna definitely finish up this second cup of coffee here. It's hard to see. I ran out of half and half and have moved on to the heavy cream, which I like a lot better. I don't know why I bother with half and half, honestly. I have also kind of been feeling a little bit like I'm on a struggle bus as of late. There is a content creator, his name is James Smith, and he's a physical trainer, and he did a TED Talk a couple years ago, maybe? I don't remember exactly, but He talked a lot about how women's hormone cycles, we have basically like the 4 different cycles. You have week 1, 2, 3, and 4, give or take. But basically we have different physiologies for each one of those sections of our hormonal cycle. And I don't think I've ever really done a what I eat in a day video at this specific stage of my cycle. And it's been a little bit trickier. And so I felt like picking up the camera to deal with it this way, at least get my thoughts out, because I tend to think the thoughts and then once I've thought them, I move on from life.
The birds are going a little crazy in my backyard.
I have been struggling a lot here recently. I don't want to eat the vegetables. I don't want to eat, I don't know, I'm just struggling with eating regular food. I want to snack more often, and picking up the camera to film every time you eat something is a really good practice in mindfulness, because it's one of those things like, okay, I want to snack and I want to just put food in my mouth, but do I want to film it? And the answer is sometimes yes and sometimes no. And now there is a chipmunk. I gotta go manage it. Chipmunks have been managed. They sit there and dig up our yard and put little holes in it. And then I've also got some plants out there, like some zucchini and tomatoes and things. And I keep finding all of these little like burrowing holes in our plants, and they're potted. So it's not as if there's like a lot of worms finding their way into these pots. And I know that's what those chipmunks are dealing with. Like they're hunting little grubs and worms and such. They go through and destroy my plants. So I spooked them. Okay.
No chipmunks were harmed in the making of this film.
So being more mindful of whether or not I'm actually hungry enough to pick up the camera and say something. And that's one thing I don't know, it just really kind of puts me in the right frame of mind. Like, okay, I would love to just grab a handful of pecans, but do I want to pick up the camera again and say, oh, here's another snack? And then if I don't want to pick up the camera to to film it, am I actually that hungry? Like if I'm not willing to make that step, am I actually hungry? Well, no, I think maybe I'm just more bored, or I'm just like, I'm missing something. What am I missing? I'm missing something to do with my hands. Okay, let's go find a different chore to do or an activity to keep me busy. So that's kind of where I am. But I'm also that person that will forget to eat consistently and regularly if I am not picking up a camera. So there's that. Wow, I've rambled on entirely too long. I need to sort out some breakfast. All right, it is breakfast time, 9:15-ish, give or take, and girls have been eating homemade muffins, wherever those are back there, and I have finally cooked myself some breakfast. This is borderline Egg Fest friendly. So this is 4 fried eggs, cooked in about a tablespoon of butter with about 2 tablespoons of my homemade mayonnaise. I will link that recipe in the iCards. And then for good measure, let's go ahead and have 1 more cup of coffee with some heavy cream. Okay, it's 12:45. The girls have all had lunch. I am hungry. I just am struggling like with what to eat right now. I don't want to have anything fresh sounding. Like I don't even want to eat just like cheese and nuts and summer sausage, which used to be a major staple in my diet back, gosh, a year and a half ago. I don't know, it's just like nothing sounds good. Not only does food just not like nothing sound good right now, but I am in the middle of reading this book, The Obesity Code by Jason Fung. And so I'm constantly overthinking, should I wait until my blood glucose meter shows that I'm at like an 86, or should I wait until, you know what I mean? Like, should I wait? My numbers have generally been reading around 89 on average. And then after eating food, it generally is at about 100 or 101, give or take. Like I think the highest number I've seen in the past 4 days is 102 after eating. And the lowest number I've seen is 80 at a fasting number. So I'm just like, I know those numbers are good. Like I know those are really, really good numbers. However, like at what point do I determine that my body definitely needs food versus it's just me feeling peckish? And with no food really sounding good right now, it's just one of those things like, do I eat? Do I not? Do I just go ahead and make a collagen coffee and call it quits for lunch? Do I make a protein shake? Like what I'm just in an analysis paralysis moment right now for lunch, and that's ridiculous because it's seriously not that complicated, and it shouldn't be this debilitating for me to think this through. So I'm overthinking things, fully aware of that, and I should probably just make something and be done with it. Yeah, let's do that. All right, choices have been made. It is almost 1 o'clock. That took entirely too long for me to figure out. So this is just one of my freezer breakfast burritos on a Santa Fe Company tortilla. That is 5 grams of net carbs. It's like the whole wheat and flax. I buy these at Sam's Club. They are really tasty, very inexpensive, and definitely low carb. So you can usually fit that into a macro profile for keto. Inside of there should be, let's see here, some cheese, some eggs. Gosh, it's not even focusing, sorry. Cheese, eggs, and some sausage. So that, and this is like my 5th glass of water. So, like I said, we made a choice. All right, I finished my breakfast burrito, drank this water. I'm going to have to drink some more water because I'm really thirsty right now. And I'm still hungry. As you can see, 1:20. I'm going to have these pecans and some Sargento's pepper jack cheese. All right, it is after 2:30. I have been pushing this off as long as I possibly can right now, but the hormones, they are raging. And there are only so many glasses of water that you can drink before you finally just lose your mind. So I'm going to have some of this. This is Jared approved chocolate, also known as Jack or Oreo skinny chocolate. I do have a recipe video for this. I'm just going to have, I don't know, maybe just 4 squares. Alrighty, dinner time, 6:12. So for me and Jared, I have made this low carb pizza. It is a cauliflower crust. It is technically the cheesy cauli breadsticks from the Trim Healthy Table cookbook turned into a pizza crust. I'm sorry, I can't focus. It looks great. So here is mine. It has some homemade pizza sauce, sugar-free, obviously, because I do not make anything with sugar, especially for me and Jared. And then I've got some red onions, some green bell peppers thinly sliced, and some sausage there. And then I'm also going to have some of these cucumbers, and we're going to start with 2 slices. Because this is a cauli crust, it doesn't seem to be quite as filling as what regular pizza would be. Or if you did fathead dough seems to be a lot more filling. Cauli crust seems to be something that we could easily eat that whole pizza just between the 2 of us. So that's dinner tonight. Okay, it's the end of the evening. It's about 9 o'clock. Yeah, 8:51. And I just got the girls in bed. Jared had to go do one last minute flight thing. And I am feeling really full. That pizza, it really actually filled me up. Usually that pizza does not fill me up super well, but it tastes really good. So I don't know what made it different tonight. Maybe it's because I've been drinking so much water today. So much water. And I've been kind of munchy, but not really like actually hungry. And I think that's a problem for me right now. Like I want to just have the freedom to say, you know what? Yeah, you're munchy. Just go ahead and snack away. But that's not ideal. And I feel like there needs to be some serious hunger in order to actually activate the snacking. Because I mean, honestly, like I don't feel super hungry, yet if I were to make one of my cookie in a mugs, my chocolate chip cookie in a mug recipe, or single serve chocolate chip cookie recipe, I would probably devour it and enjoy every single bite of it and not feel one bit sick after eating it. But it's more like a mental hunger rather than a physical hunger. So I'm just not going to do that. Not going to do it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me as I shared what I ate for the past 2 days on a low-carb keto diet with my hormones going all cattywampus. I would love for you to check out some more of my videos here, and if things that I do interest you, I would love for you to subscribe, stick around a while. I hope to see you in my next video.